Hi.
Morning. I see you got your hair back in place after the wind yesterday.
Yes.
That was awesome.
It is a very windy area, but you're in Alberta too, so you know what Pincher Creek is like.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we drove back through that area in October, and we were fortunate we didn't have wind, but yeah, it can be brutal for sure.
Yeah, that's the closest Walmart to me, so.
Well, that is how it goes. Nitsu's there. Hey, Nitsu.
Hi, Nitsu.
Can everyone see my screen with my creator studio?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we'll maybe wait another minute here, see if anyone, I know Cheryl said she was gonna jump on. Gannett, you're logged in on two screens again.
Oh.
Yeah. If you see participants there, you can see two of you.
Mark, I can hear you, but I can't, you are not seeing me?
No, I can see you, Cheryl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to, Mark, I don't know how to come out of that.
Weird. Oh, don't worry about it. It's all good. Just the
Did you maybe join
Do
on
you
your
see two
phone?
of me?
What's that?
You see two of me?
Now I just see one of you, I think.
Okay, okay, good.
All right. Well, we'll get going here, and then other people. There's still two of you logged in, but it's no big deal. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Facebook Creator Studio today, and how it will help you with your social media posting. So one of the things that, so again, my background is I spent a year with a Facebook Mastermind group essentially, and they were lead generation, but best practices and things like that. But one of the things I never knew was, how do you automate Facebook posting, Instagram posting? So when I joined EXP, of course, the floodgates are open, and sorry, I just want to make sure I'm recording here. Yeah, I believe it is recording. So the floodgates get open. So I learned a lot in a very short period of time. And one of the things that I learned about was later.com, which is a free website where you can log in with your business Facebook page and your Instagram page and post content from there, and it automatically posts for you. So if you know you're going to post for the week, and that's always a good idea, to at least have some content that you want to post. Again, there's a ton of it in the EXP Marketing Center in terms of videos and things like that. So if you just want to get started with that, so you want to know what you're going to post, but it's a pain to go, oh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon or it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. By the way, 4 o'clock is one of the best times to post on Facebook, 4 to 5 p.m. But now I got to post something. Well, wouldn't it be great if you could just kind of schedule it all out for the week? And now this is the way I do it. So later.com was an option, but there are certain things that you have to have a paid membership for, and we're all trying to keep our costs as low as possible. If you can, why not have it free? So as an example with later.com, and we can go to that website as well. So I'll just show you what it looks like. So interestingly, the title is the best Instagram scheduling one, but you pay for that because you can't search, as an example, hashtags. The auto posting actually can't be done from this website. You actually you'll schedule it, and then you'll go on your phone to post it. So that did not work for me. I didn't like that. And I stumbled upon the Facebook Creator Studio. So essentially you're going to go to business.facebook.com//creator studio, and then you log in with your Facebook credentials. So you can see there I'm logged in as Mark Newstater Realtor eXp Realty, which is the name of my Facebook page. And I'll just kind of go through some real basics here in terms of what you want to think about when you're posting. So down the left-hand side, you've got your content library. And this again is all included with your Facebook membership or Facebook whatever. You know, your insights, you obviously want to know which posts are doing well. So I can see here that I've actually had 63 minutes of viewed videos from February 24th to March 1st. And I've had 10 1-minute video views. So I'm not going to go through all these, but you know, you can see that there's a lot of really short video views. So yeah, so this is now again part of your Facebook Business Manager, and you can go in here. So let's pretend that I've just logged on, and you can see the little Instagram icon up there. So we'll get into that in a second. But if I was wanting to post a video, I would simply click on this blue button on the bottom right there. So I'm going to create a post. And so you can see here, I can go live, I can create an event, create a job. So let's go back to, I'm gonna discard that. And we're gonna go upload a video. So as an example, there's all those branded videos in eXp Marketplace. So I go to my file manager here, I would upload the video. And let's just find one here. Oh, we can skip for now. But that's essentially you upload the video, and then you can go into, actually, let's do a post. I'll make it easier. So we're going to do video here. And let's just find a video. So here's this buy versus rent. So I'm going to open that, and it will take a second for it to load. So we're going to put the title of the video here. We're going to describe it so people know what I'm talking about. You can actually add tags. So you can see that it's loading down here. So it'll load for the first time, and then you're going to have to put in all this information. So you can see a bit of a preview there. And you can add subtitles and captions if you want. So if you notice with any of Pablo's videos, I believe he adds subtitles and captions. So why is that good? Because if people don't have their sound on, they can see what you're talking about. So we'll just go next. We're gonna just skip that for now. But essentially, we'll just say buy versus rent video. Should you buy or rent? Now I could tag people as well. So let's say I wanted to tag my mortgage broker. So now I'm going to tag my mortgage broker, and I could create another link in there. I could do I'm feeling happy because you should buy. So you can add all this right here. You can add a messenger button. So now people can reply in Messenger, which is super helpful. Because then they don't have to they can just right there click on the link to reply to you in Messenger. And then if we wanted to add tags, so let's go into most used. Let's just go hashtag real estate. Okay, or YYC real estate. Okay, so those are my tags. Or we could browse tags here too. Let's just go to next. So now I don't want it to publish this at 10 in the morning on a Monday. As we talked about, there seems to be an algorithm of what the best posting time is, and we are going to schedule it for today at 6:09 p.m. What I find interesting is often these times they probably are looking at my Facebook or my fan page is what we call it, or my business page, and when people are online. So it's interesting, they suggested 6:09 p.m. So let's just go with that. So now it's gonna schedule it. And I'm gonna delete this one before we're done because I've already posted this video. So now you can see your video is scheduled to be posted at 6:09 p.m. Okay, so that is how you schedule. We're going to just discard that. Okay, so the other thing we can talk about too is if you're doing a video, there seems to be some better uptick you get with premieres. So if we go back to that little thing here, so if we go try it now, sorry, that's Instagram. Anyway, so there seems to be, you apparently get more comments if you schedule it as a premiere. So it's something to think about. I'm going to look into that a little bit more and do some more digging in terms of if there's value in using using the premiere versus just a regular video. If you notice right here, there's a lot of good information that Facebook posts about curation crash course. So identifying loyal viewers, ensuring community standards, curate better content in Creator Studio. We'll just dismiss that for now. Drive engagement with premieres. So on average, while watching premieres, viewers comment 5 times more during the live premiere than when the video is seen afterwards. Okay, so that is essentially a little bit of Facebook Creator Studio. So again, this blue plus button right here is where you get started. You can actually go live from here as well to your business Facebook page. So as an example, if I'm at an open house and I want to just do it from my laptop, and you have to be in Google Chrome. Safari doesn't work on a Mac. I'm not sure about Windows, but you can go live from your laptop. Now, why would you do that? 2 things, and sorry, I don't want to take any steam from Helen, but one of the reasons, so yesterday as an example, I went live and it was super shaky video because I have a new gimbal or a stabilizer I was going to use, and it just wasn't connecting properly when I was on Facebook. So I just used it handheld, and I didn't like it, but I did it. But you can go live from your laptop as well. So you have, obviously you don't have the room to move it around, but obviously it's going to be a lot more stable. So just keep in mind, this is where everything starts, is with this blue plus button on the bottom here. And then Instagram. So, so you can see all my video posts here in Instagram. And so what you would do is similar. So you create it's a little different. You create a post up here. So you can choose your Instagram feed or IGTV. Does everyone know what IGTV is? No? Okay. So if you have a video that is longer than 60 seconds, the first 60 seconds will be on Instagram and the rest of it goes over to Instagram TV. So if people have that app on their phone, it just clicks over to the app as far as I know. And if they don't, then I believe it goes to the web version of Instagram TV. So I've had a couple of videos in the last month or 2 that are a lot longer. So what I will do is I will post it to IGTV. We're going to do file upload again. And let's go back to that rent versus buy. And normally I have these organized a lot better. But there you go. So there's my rent versus buy. And that video was, again, just one downloaded from EXP Marketing Center. And then you can do a little bit of branding. So it says, make sure your video meets the following requirements. Must be 60 seconds, between 60 seconds and 1 hour long. Vertical video should have an aspect ratio of 9:16. Horizontal videos. So those are aspect ratios, so I already know that I'm in a horizontal format, and this is getting a little technical, but that's all there. So again, we're going to add a title for a video, describe what the video is about, and that's important because the robots that are scrubbing for information on what's pertinent for people are always going to be looking at that. And then if you see this bottom button down here, publish, or we can schedule. Now, this is the important thing here, is the scheduling. Again, I don't want to post this at 10 in the morning on a Monday. I'm going to schedule it for, again, it's showing me 6:13. So it's showing me that 6 o'clock hour for whatever reason. I love publishing stuff during the week on Instagram in the evenings. My perception is if you are a follower of mine on Instagram, you're either done your work day, or your kid's hockey game or soccer game, you're scrolling your Instagram feed and you're going to see my content. So I'm going to schedule that for 6:13. I'm not going to do that right now. But that just kind of gives you a brief overview of scheduling. So I think it's maybe not quite as robust as later might be, but again, this is free until I start needing more of a robust solution. I'm going to do that. But if we look at later, so we're just going to sign in here. I'm just going to show you a couple of the differences. What later does is you can actually drag the content into a calendar. Let's just go here. Give me 1 second to have it saved on my other. Give me 1 second. We'll sign in on this other browser. And I'll just show you a couple of the differences. So you may want to use later. There's a couple of things, again, that I don't like about it as much as the Facebook Creator Studio. All right, so now I'm going to show you. Let me just share this. I'll just stop the share for 1 second. Sorry, my apologies here. Give me 1 second. Oh, we're full screen, that's why. All right, let's try this one more time. All right, so let's try that. All right, so can you see my, so here's my later account. So as you can see here.
We're not seeing your screen, Mark.
Oh, you're not? Okay, hold on. So you're not seeing desktop too?
We're seeing your lovely face.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I don't know why it's not, let's go back to Chrome here. Okay, anyway, the point being is that later has a calendar, so you can click and drag content into that calendar. So from that perspective, it is a little easier, but at the same time, you can't search for hashtags. So when you're wanting to post to Instagram and have a, you know, whether it's first-time buyers or your local real estate, because there's a YYC real estate is a fairly popular hashtag. So you can't without, sorry, I should clarify, you can't post or you can't search hashtags without a paid membership. Whereas with Facebook Creator Studio, you can do that. Can you see my business manager there again?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
weird. Okay, somehow let's try that. Nothing, eh? My sharing has stopped working. But anyway, so that's kind of a brief overview of Creator Studio. And, again, if you are not posting, it really just depends on your business model. If you're someone that wants to generate, whether it's leads or just awareness, that's the biggest part of it for me. I want to remind all the people that I'm friends with on Facebook that I am a realtor. And a lot of the friends that are realtors on Facebook, I know that are mutual friends are posting a lot of content. So I don't want to be left behind in the dust. And again, it's maybe not going to generate me business today, but when I see my friends in person, they say, "Oh, I love your content, love your videos." So they are seeing it. So anyway, that's just a brief overview of Creator Studio. And then on the content thing, Helen, why don't you take over and share what you've been doing with Facebook Live and kind of your best practices?
Sure. Thank you.
I'm going to make you the host too, so you can share anything you would like.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, so that was good technical information for me on learning how to upload videos, primarily on a business page. I'm going to switch gears a little bit. And it might also be a mindset shift for some of you realtors if you have not been really active in social media. But I was talking to Cheryl last night and I'm like, I'm cheap. I don't want to spend money. And what I have found and what I have learned from this huge network marketing coaching program that I'm in is that a business page is really great if you're going to spend any kind of money on advertising. And Facebook loves business pages for actually sharing your content if you spend money with them. They're not as effective at actually reaching just the average person that's not following your business page. And Facebook doesn't like to share notifications that you're live or that you just posted something in your business page unless you're spending a fair amount of money. So I do have a business page and I post very real estate specific stuff like just listed, coming soon, open houses, all of the very specific real estate stuff for my local real estate business. But everything else I do on my personal profile because my focus is on attraction marketing. So it's more around the psychology around the marketing and the attraction marketing and how you put yourself out there on your personal profile. And anytime I'm doing a post, I always ask myself the question, if this was somebody else that was a friend of mine on Facebook, would I want to see this? Would I be interested in following this person or being friends with this person on Facebook because they're funny or they always share, you know, insightful or inspirational information and I just enjoy seeing their content. But if you have other friends who are realtors and everything that they're doing on their personal profile is you know, new on the market and just listed an open house, all of your actual friends are like, yeah, I am so tired of seeing that stuff. So we're talking about being who you are, being the person that you are. And the person that you are just happens to also be a realtor, but you might be a father, a sister, a mother, a friend, somebody who's really into knitting or biking or racing or whatever. Like, this is about who you are as a person. But if you are focused and energetic about putting yourself on your personal profile with the sole intent of attracting people to reach out to you because they do know you're a realtor, and I'm telling you, this stuff really, really does work. So a few weeks ago, somebody in Crow's Nest Pass, I never had met them before, but they had been watching my videos and following me. I had never even heard of her. She sent me a private message in Messenger saying there's a $529,000 acreage in Coleman that I would like you to show me. And I'm looking for an acreage. So she just reached out to me because she's been following me. Literally Saturday, somebody again that I don't know sent me a message on Facebook saying, I would like to set up an appointment for you to come and list our house, and we want to buy in Pincher Creek. I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
okay. So it's a marathon. I've been doing this attraction marketing for months. Getting better and better about the format. And that's what I want to talk to you today about, is the Facebook Live format. And if you're not into all the technical stuff and you're not into social media, you don't have to go on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. You don't have to be everywhere at first. pick the one platform that you feel most comfortable on, or you feel that you have the most connections because you've been using it, you have the most friends that can share with their friends and stuff like that. And I focus almost exclusively on Facebook right now, when I know that I have got consistency down and that I've grown my followers and they're following me, then I might consider adding my time and attention to Instagram or something like that. Right now, I just take my Facebook and I share my live videos automatically to Instagram. So this is about the psychology around attraction marketing. If you're afraid to hit that go live button because you feel self-conscious, or Mark noticed my video yesterday. I got on after grocery shopping in Pincher Creek. My hair was all windblown, whatever. And when I get on my videos and I say, I just got back from Walmart in Pincher Creek, that's why I look like a mess and my hair is windblown and I just went through a hurricane. People that I want to help them buy a house and sell a house locally, they get that. They relate to that. So don't be afraid to show up as you are and show people that you're a real human being and you're living life in the same community that they're living life. You have the same challenges, everything else, because it endears them to you. And they don't have the expectation, at least in my market, that I'm all dressed up, my makeup's all done, because it was almost 10 o'clock at night, I think, when I finally did my video. So anyway, that's rambling.
Sorry, Helen, I don't have a paid membership to Zoom, so we have about 3 months left, so we may have to continue this another day.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to run through it really quickly because we got about 10 minutes, and I am going to be setting up the social media training, which is going to be more this type of stuff. It'll be starting this Thursday. I'll pin down the time with Priscilla exactly. You will get a link to my Zoom, and we will go into more of this stuff. But if you are doing a Facebook Live, and even if you're scared, just hit start and do it anyway. So there's a couple of things that you want to at least be aware of and get to the point where you have all of these aspects in your video. So before you do any post, a live video or any content, engage for 10 minutes with other people. So you're going to like their posts, and genuinely, you're not being fake, but you're going to genuinely laugh or haha on somebody's funny post. Or you're going to comment and say, oh, that was hilarious, made my day. So engage for 10 minutes with other people. And if you are targeting other agents for attraction purposes, or people that live close to you, you can intentionally do your engagement with those people before you post so that they get a notification that says, Nitsu commented on your post, but they'll also in 10 minutes get a notification saying Nitsu Tefes went live on Facebook. So only the people that you're regularly engaging with are getting those notifications. So spend 10 minutes before any post to engage. Then during the Facebook Live, introduce yourself. I'm Helen. I'm a licensed realtor in Alberta. Today I'm talking about how to get your house ready for listing in the spring or whatever it is. So your content can be whatever, and it doesn't have to be real estate related. If you love biking, provide some value to somebody on a topic that you're familiar with, or share some information. If you learned something, invest, learn, teach something else to a few people. So do your introduction, do your content. Make sure your title or headline is scroll stopping. I've got lots of tips on good titles and headlines, but you know, how to do this, even if that. And then your call to action. So I'm working on this, but at the end of your post or your video, after you've shared some valuable information to somebody, it might not be valuable to everybody, but your call to action will say, and I have a wonderful guide that has 18 points on cheap ways to fix your house up and get it ready, or I have a guide to the process for buying a home, or I have how to pick out your racing bike, the top 5 things to watch for, whatever it is. I have something else. You're really going to love it. If you would like that, please reach out to me, comment below, or send me a private message, and I will be very happy to get that out to you completely free. So,
hey, Brian, you want to mute yourself?
I muted Brian.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, that's okay. So the point is that you're leaving the end of your post with something else that's even more valuable to the person who's interested in that topic, that might inspire them to reach out and say, yes, Brian, please send me that guide. And then the last thing is, when somebody does reach out to you and say, yes, I'd really like that. I mean, I did a content video on why it's important to plan your own funeral. Like, it doesn't have to be real estate related. And I had somebody reach out to me saying, yes, I would like this other information. I don't remember what the other information was. But when they reach out to me, I could be sitting right in front of my computer like right now, but I get a message that says, yes, Helen, I'd really like that list of 10 tips. And on my phone, I say, oh, that's wonderful. When I'm back at my computer, I would be happy to send that to you, because they don't know that you're sitting in front of your computer. But I'm just curious. And so it starts a conversation. Once they reach out to you, you're not sending them that information yet, but you will send it to them, and you're not expecting them to list with you or anything. That's completely free, but just start a conversation. Oh, yeah, you asked me for that list of how to prepare your home. I'm just curious, are you looking to list your home in the next few month? Are you looking to relocate? Something that's tied to your topic. And start a conversation right away. If they say, yeah, I'm interested in how to prepare my home for sale in the spring, or clean up my yard, because yeah, I was thinking about getting my house on the market. You've had that
Helen,
conversation.
sorry, quick question for you. Do you ever do videos, live videos with experts? So a plumber, an electrician, things like that?
I haven't so far. I like to do interviews using Zoom and going live on Facebook with Zoom. With what I was doing before in network marketing, it wasn't really applicable. Now with agent attraction, I'm thinking of doing things like interviews with financial advisors, talking about what it's going to take for a realtor to retire or stuff like that. So something that gets somebody interested, like, yeah, I'd really like some more information on that. Or mortgage brokers, or I like doing interviews. I haven't done any videos. I'm thinking of doing a video live when I'm attending a buyer inspection, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If I get the approval of the seller and the buyer, and I work closely with certain inspectors, I'm thinking of going, okay, here's what an inspector's doing. Let's, look at a few things here, what an inspector's looking for, the kind of advice they're going to give you when you need somebody over and above a normal home inspector, stuff like that. But buyers and sellers really do like to see you also when you are at work, like when you're in your element. so they can see what you're like. I'm also thinking of asking a listing appointment. Is it okay if, you know, the camera might be on me, you're not going to be on camera, but other people can see sort of the process of what kind of paperwork we're doing and what I'm looking for in doing a CMA, and, you know, all sorts of different ideas.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, one other question, and I'm very sorry to interrupt. I just have one other question about your content. So if you post one real estate related, or you do one live real estate related video, how many non-real estate related videos do you do? Because you talked earlier about the turn off or the channel change factor or the scrolling factor. Because I think that's really important too. The last thing we want is for people to hide us, because I do that with people where they're just posting too much, whether it's, you know, my dog, you know, these paw boost alerts or whatever. It's like, yeah, I don't live in Vancouver. I don't want to see your paw boost alerts. Like, you know, so we don't want people hiding us. How do you avoid that?
Most of my content is not real estate related at all. But at the beginning of all of my videos, I'm saying I'm a real estate agent in the Crow's Nest Pass. And then I'm just providing them some insightful information. I might be reading a really good book and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just had to share this with you. It was like so impactful to me, blah, 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 blah. And oh, and if you would like my other recommendations on stuff like that, I'm just gonna see if I have, no, I don't have it handy right now, but I keep all of my my live video topics. And I also, when I'm offering a guide, for example, or 10 more tips, and I just Google it. I go online, I'm like, okay, here's 10 more tips. I look through, make sure it's something that I would agree with. I share where I found it from. Most people won't actually go Google for an answer. But then I'm like, oh, and if you would really like my Facebook Live formula for attraction marketing, like you're holding it up, you're showing them, and you're like, oh, you are definitely gonna want to know about number 4, which is our CTA. So they don't know that it's a call to action, right? So it's high profit mumbling. It makes them go, what is a CTA? Brian, it was really funny. When I first joined the Mastermind group, I said I was doing a curiosity campaign on my social media. And Brian sent me a private message in WhatsApp saying, I'm just curious, like, what is your curiosity campaign? Can you share? So as soon as you just say something and people don't exactly know what you're talking about, that's fine. High profit mumbles. That's yesterday, Mark, you saw my video and I said that earlier in the week I was on a call with some bigwig with our company.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I just said his first name, Chris, and he was talking about the windiest place in all of Canada, and I'm like, I'm there. That is a high profit mumble for other agents. They know I'm a realtor, I'm with a company. I'm saying I was on a Zoom call with this huge bigwig with this huge position in our company in the States. And other agents may be thinking, well, I work at Royal LePage in Lethbridge. I never got on a call with some big wig or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just leave them curious where they might want to reach out, or they might even just comment on your video. The last thing, and I'll end this quickly because we're probably going to get booted off right away. Call to action, send them the stuff, start a conversation, but after you're done your post, anybody that comments on your post, you must acknowledge their comment and comment back. And even better, ask them a question so that they keep a communication going on your post.
That's awesome. And with my Facebook Live video yesterday, because I'm at an open house, so it's obviously going to be real estate related, because I had asked the question of John, and I think they actually said they removed my 40-minute time limits. This message popped up, so maybe we won't get booted off.
Oh.
But I had asked the question of John last week, the objection overcomer of buyers that say, Mark, you know what, the real estate market's going to continue to go down in Calgary, so I'm just going to wait. So I actually had stats from my monthly newsletter showing benchmark prices in this particular neighborhood. So if you would have bought 10 years ago, that benchmark price actually increased almost just under 5%. In the city of Calgary, it's 13%. So the question of, should I jump into the market now? Yes, you should jump into the market now. But yeah, it's good to, I think with the non-real estate related stuff, then, I think if you would want to share the topics that you've covered, or possibly do that, that'd be great. Or just ideas. I'm not as interesting as you. I don't read, so maybe I should start reading more, and I can talk about the books I'm reading. But that's great. Does anyone have any questions or comments or ideas that you'd like to have covered next time around? Are you posting on Facebook? Are you not? Are you doing live videos? Are you doing video at all? Video in general, I will just say this. There was a comment, I don't know, it was some group I was part of, and they're talking about the value of video versus a picture post. And the comment was made that basically my crummy video is better than your beautiful pictures and text any day. And that's just the way the algorithms work on Facebook. They acknowledge video because they know it's something I think that people interact with more. And when I look at my posts, and again, in your business manager on Facebook, if you're using your business page, you'll be able to see the insights of video versus picture posts. So I would say it's extremely rare that a picture post that I make outperforms a video. It's just the way it is. So just a reminder to me, whether it's simply downloading that rent versus buy video from EXP Marketplace, or doing live video like Helen does, or like I do at my open houses, or now I'm starting to do every Wednesday a Zoom call with the mortgage broker I work with, and we talk about mortgage information. That's something everybody can use, even if you own a home. So what does it make me? Well, it makes me the expert in their view, because this guy is so connected. He's got this mortgage broker that comes on with him every week. And all of a sudden it's like a bit of a Pavlovian dog thing where it's like, oh, I'm looking forward to that video, right? So, sorry, yeah. Brian, the question is, do you post only on Facebook, or what other platforms do you take advantage of and results? Brian, interestingly, so I do post on Instagram as well, not as much. I'm not as adept at Instagram, but when I do post on Instagram, it auto posts to my business Facebook page, which I then share to my personal page. I do some live Instagram video, which then gets shared to my story. I would say my results are, there's no question, Facebook is a more interactive medium for me, but I'm also 51. My friend group is in that same area. They may be on Instagram, but they're not as active. So it really, I think, depends on your market that you're going after. I know Sarah Kwan out in Vancouver. I think she gets really, really good results on Instagram, but that's her. For me, it's more on the Facebook side of things, but I definitely utilize Instagram. And when I do, if you missed the beginning, I went through the Creator Studio where you can post to Instagram TV. I hate typing on my phone, so just that in itself is such a benefit. But I will post my video, like my rent versus buy video. I post it on my Facebook page, and I post it on Instagram TV.
Fine, it's you. Yeah, Brian, I'll just add to that as well. I did say that I focus on Facebook right now until I'm like perfect at attraction marketing on Facebook. If you're just getting into it, pick the one that you think is most suited to your target audience and your target market. If you are doing any kind of like local real estate stuff, is great for me on Facebook, because everybody that lives here is in a Facebook group, like one particular Facebook group. But if I start doing more content that's specific to agent attraction, I would move to LinkedIn. So, and especially if you're in larger centers, if you're in Vancouver or Calgary or whatever, a lot of your target market for local real estate can also be on LinkedIn. But find one that you think is going to have the largest reach that your target audience interacts with.
For sure, and I would agree with that. I do post EXP information on my personal Facebook page as well because I'm friends with so many realtors. I just think that there's, you know, a built-in way to do that there. Equipment do you recommend? I get some sort of stabilizer, even if you are on Amazon, and I can share it to the group. Even if it's just a plastic one that it doesn't actually have like electronics in it, or use your laptop to do your Facebook lives. It really just depends on, you know, where you're doing it from, or a simple tripod with a little attachment that your phone goes onto will also work.
Or you can have a cell phone holder with a little light so that you're not always sitting in the dark.
Yes, lighting is good.
That's not good for open houses and live when you're walking around, but it's great when you don't want to use your laptop.
Yeah. So Brian, you're talking about platforms. So as an example, what I like about Instagram is, again, just to use the rent versus buy video I posted to Instagram TV. So that particular post had a reach of 216 with 245 impressions. Now, 4 of those came from the hashtag I used. What I like there is there was a few people that watched the video. Sorry, 3% of the people. And I know that's not a lot, but I'm just building it, right? So 3% of the people actually weren't even following me. So that's the one difference I find between Facebook and Instagram is I can reach people that aren't following me, but they may be following that hashtag. So as an example, I follow the EXP Proud hashtag. I'm wanting ideas about what people are posting in our group, in our bigger group of EXP. So this is no different than somebody that might be following, because my hashtags were home buyer tips. So they might be following that hashtag. And so then they see that video pop up in their feed, right? Or they're seeing it in that. Yeah, no, they would see it in their feed. So that's the one real benefit of Instagram over Facebook. They don't have to be friends with you or quote unquote follow you to see that video. But I find there's less interaction in terms of messaging, although you can message on Instagram. But there you go. That's an example of that. So interestingly, that video only had 79 views, but the reach was 216 and the impressions were 245. So it had more people were watching it multiple times would be my interpretation of that. And I might be wrong, but I think that was about it for questions. But equipment, I mean, I just use my phone. Phones nowadays are, pretty amazing in terms of what they can do for video quality. Helen, do you just use your phone when you're doing your lives?
Yeah, I just use my phone for the most part. Once in a while, if I want to share my screen in my video, then I will use my computer, but I don't typically use Chrome, and so I have to switch to using Chrome. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the phone, it's great.
Yeah. And I was going to add too, and I need to remind myself of this. If I'm out and about and I see something that's interesting and it doesn't have to be real estate related, go live. People love that kind of stuff. And it's just random. It's like, hey, I'm over here at this like fantastic pizza place. So one of the things I'm trying to do, because I just moved to a new neighborhood, is I'm trying to become the local market expert. And that will take time. I have no illusion that it's going to be tomorrow or in 6 months from now. But as an example, there's this fantastic pizza place. It's kind of tucked in the back of our neighborhood, but people that eat there love it. So I kind of feel like going over there one day, maybe at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, saying, hey, would you mind if I did a live video and we could talk about your pizza and blah, 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 right? So just something that's fun. It's like part of my life. I like pizza. So don't be afraid to just go live and be yourself. You don't have to be polished. And I think, honestly, sometimes the super polished videos, I don't know, like I love Helen's stuff. I like people that are just themselves, is my personal impression.
I have some stats on that actually from my attraction marketing group that stats were shared with us. I don't have the exact stats, but they checked into that. And the amount of engagement and views on a live video is way higher than a produced, edited, polished video. because what people think when they question them is that when it's produced video that's got your logo in the corner and everything else, they view it the same as they view commercials, which, as you all know, everybody fast forwards through the commercials. But live right now, it's more like the actual TV show versus the commercial. So
Interesting.
that was very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with anyone that has more information than me. I know personally my business page, because I'm not doing, well, I do a mix of live and produced. And some of my produced like testimonial videos, I would say have done very, very well. But having said that, I'm not doing them as much, right? So it's kind of irrelevant. If I can't get the content out, I may as well just do live and do more of it and just build up the impressions that way. So
I'm going to get ready to jump off here pretty quick. Can I just leave you with one thought and one reminder? Whatever kind of post you're going to do, whether it's a text post, a picture post, a video post, whatever, you will get a lot more impact from your efforts and your time if you pre-engage for 10 minutes and be around and available for 10 minutes, 15 minutes afterwards to actually react and comment when people do engage with your content. And then like that's a good starting point. And then on Thursday, I'm going to email Priscilla this morning about pinning down the time. You don't have to be doing live video calls. My Thursday training will be on how to do free posts that don't get you booted out of groups, that actually generate leads and send people to your KV Core site.
cool. Brian had a question there. Brian, it's at the beginning of this chat today, but do you post on personal or business pages? So Helen, if you have to run, that's fine. I can kind of recap what you talked about.
Yeah, I am going to run, and
okay.
Thank you, Mark.
Yep, thanks for doing
Bye,
that.
everybody.
Have a good day. So Brian, yeah, she posts a lot on her personal page. And I don't, and that's the one thing I wanted to ask her was, I know that if you have to be careful with how much you're posting business stuff on your personal page, I thought, but that's something I need to research a little bit. I post mostly to my business page and then I share it to my personal page. And then as an example, with my mortgage videos that I'm trying to do every Wednesday, then I will tag my mortgage broker in that as well. So then he's ideally going to share it to his personal page. Posting in groups, yeah, I mean, highly recommend it. Again, this neighborhood that I now live in, I immediately, I think within the first 2 weeks, joined the Woodbine community group. I posted a few things, and then here's what happened. The group administrator reached out to me and said, hey, just, you know, we're open to business posts, but please don't watch the group page to make sure it's not business post, like post other content that would be fun or whatever. So then I took that to heart and I said, no, that totally makes sense because they don't want people leaving the page or the group. So then what I did, I think the following couple of days later, or maybe the following week, was, hey guys, I was just driving on the new road because we have this massive new road being built. And there is, there was some plowing happening anyway, it doesn't matter. I posted some information about a road maybe opening, and, so that was great, or post a joke or whatever. So I think you want to be, again, it's like your personal page and you have to follow the rules of that particular group. But with this group, I know I can post business. So when my monthly newsletter and the stats come out here in the next day or so, I will post a screenshot of the Woodbine community that I live in. Here's what happened in the market this month. For further information, please reach out to me, kind of thing. So definitely join groups, follow the rules, and then post value. I think, again, if we're just posting our listings, just posting our just solds, I think people that just becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? People don't pay attention to it. So anyway, that would be my comment on that, on groups. But if there's nothing else, I think we'll end it here, and we'll do this again in a month. And again, if there's other stuff you want covered, I'm always thinking of ideas, but if you want to cover other things, I'm happy to have input and collaboration from everybody. What I'd love to see next month is I would love to see samples of what you guys are posting on your social media. And then we can all share best practices as well. And yes, it is recording. I can see the button. So it is recording. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.